The same question to the Ragland Smith ticket. If you had been UPUA president this past year, what would you have done differently?
To go back to what I was talking about with the Spring Festival, since this seems to be one of the items we're talking about today, $45,000. I had the opportunity to, again, talk to different leaders on campus about the Spring Festival. They shared their criticisms, they told me how they felt about it. And, you know, with the 4 or 5 people there who represent different organizations, you know, we said maybe next time we can be more organized together. We can bring different parts to the table, so it doesn't seem as UPUA is footing this bill. Maybe we can find ways to tap in other resources so that more money can go back to the committees, to the chairmen to have discretion there. Also, in terms of the ABTS, I'm sorry I didn't share my French fries with you from McDonald's when I went there, David. I'll share the receipt for that. But I think pretty much that was a precedent that was already set for previous years of the money allowed. So I don't even see how that's an issue. The conference was a success. We passed 5 pieces of legislation on behalf of me and Colleen and the Assembly Chair Mark Hannon. I pretty much think that was a success. Encampment, another thing. We continue with encampment. I think that was something that engaged student leaders, gave us the opportunity to build the relationships, make them even stronger, so that we can come up with new ideas, so that we can take in more ideas in regards to how people feel their budget should be ascertained.
As we said before, the student activity fee is always going to be there. It's always something that students are going to pay each and every semester. So let's look at everything that we did. I think you love to point out the Spring Festival, but again, we've done other things as well. And we've taken student concern, and we as representatives have represented that concern. There's the White Loop extension. So we saw ridership skyrocket with the White Loop extension. There's the freshman handbook. Again, it's going to reach out to the future of Penn State, the future of our state in general and of our nation in general. There was encampment, a way to bring leaders from throughout the university together so that we can be a stronger student body. There's the Spring Festival, a way to give back to students after our hard years of work. There's committee and executive spending. So that's like the March Against Sexual Assault. That's like a trip to Washington, D.C. so that we can create a state student association. There's the ABTS conference, which helped us be better leaders so we could lead the student body. There's a lot more things than just the Spring Festival.
That's time.
Now, all of you have probably heard the quote, "The end does not justify the means." I repeat, the end does not justify the means. In Article 2 mission statement here of UPUA, the Constitution, the #1 item here that the mission of UPUA should serve as a unified and informed voice representing undergraduate students to the university faculty and administration, and with that voice, advocate on behalf of the undergraduate students. And with that voice, advocate on behalf of undergraduate students. Christian, you said, I don't see how it was an issue, the money spent on the ABTS. I'm sorry, I do see how it was an issue. We have, in the budget here, $3,500 for President Karen's travel reimbursement without line item showed. Is that a train? Is that a flight? Did you fly first class? Where is the money being spent for that? Just because ABTS was a success doesn't mean you're not accountable for the way the money is spent. Go to Google, go to a business. I've had experience working with a company. Just because you do something successfully doesn't mean doesn't have to be transparency and accountability on how that money is being spent. In order to have a responsible student government, we have to build trust and we have to build confidence with the students in terms of helping them prevent a unified and informed voice to advocate on their behalf. You build trust and you build confidence by being responsible with that money. Even though you say, Colleen, that money's always there, that's still our money, and we have to be responsible with the money.
Yeah. And every UPUA meeting is open to every student when we pass the legislation, where we clearly spent 45 minutes deciding whether we was going to drive or take an airplane. So I'm sorry you couldn't make that meeting, or because you messed up on the last 4 meetings, but come to the open student forum, come to the legislation when we have these sessions, come check us out when we pass all that stuff, and then you will see what it is. Don't look for the collegian to tell you what it is. Come to the meetings. If you want to get involved with these things, don't tell me offhand. Come to the meetings and join my committee, and we can talk about it then. Woo!